What's good, guys? Don's Gaming here. We're Dean for episode 4 of Community Chat, but today Dean has brought himself a special guest. Would you like to introduce?
What's up, bros? Yeah, welcome to episode 4 of Community Chat. And as Chris says, we have a very special guest to me. He'll always hold my heart, and he will always be my favorite ever teammate. It is my Capri, aka Eddie King, mid laner for Slut Nation. How are you doing, Eddie?
Hi guys, hi my Yumi.
I love you. I love you so much. He has my heart. He has my heart. Well, so Eddie, if you'd like to give a brief description of where you're currently at in your Smite career, so that you could at least know a tiny bit about you quickly.
Well, what's there to say? I'm mid laner for Slurp Nation. I play. Well, basically, you just said what I am, so you know. I think that was quite a good description.
I just want to hear your voice. That's all. I just want to hear your voice. Because I miss you so much. I miss teaming with you so much. I miss teaming with you. But okay, so basically we got a lot of important topics to talk about. Not exactly what we wanted to talk about this week, guys. We wanted to talk about Luke's new team, but Chris, what happened on that front?
Well, I gave Luke a call asking about his new team, and in Luke's words, he doesn't know.
However, this will not stay like that forever, because we will hopefully be having him on the show next week to discuss it, and we'll see what goes from there. But this week, like I said, we've got some good topics. We're going to actually be talking with Eddie a bit about his opinion on the current state of things in the community and his own team. Then we're going to move on to the free agents. We're going to talk about the free agents. We're going to have Eddie's opinion as well on this, and feel like what team they'd fit the most on, and like what positions, and like, you know, if that would be a good or bad replacement. So we're going to talk about that. And then obviously the last topic, we're going to be just talking about how our team needs a new jungler, pretty much. No, joking. We're going to be talking about toxic jungle, and why they are just that step ahead of every other team right now, and what keeps them on top currently. So first topic, obviously, Chris, we're going to be talking to Eddie. So let you start it off.
Well, obviously, as both of you have stated, Eddie is the mid laner of Slut Nation. Obviously, briefly last week, me and Dean spoke about your new player, your new solo laner. How is that going so far?
Well, we've only trained once as a team since Darren joined. Well, that was only like I think 1 or 2 games, but we won those obviously. But like I can't really tell you how it's going so far because we haven't had proper team training since then.
I know you can't tell us like comps and everything because I know it's casual, so you can probably go look it up. But I know you don't want to go tell us comps. How did the games go? From those games, was it the feelers? Were they better, or were they worse than before?
Well, it definitely feels well. I'm gonna sound like a dick, but I feel like it's definitely good to have a solo laner that's not out of position almost the entire game. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you feel like, what about the atmosphere? What about the team atmosphere? How is that? Like just like in those games.
Well, Darren is a chill guy, laid back guy, so team atmosphere hasn't really changed at all because basically it's just like it was before, plus one more person listening, if you know what I mean.
And the important question was, how badly did you guys stomp your opponents?
Pretty badly.
Because I've heard about one of the games where you got put against Luke. Yeah, casual game, and apparently it was easy game. I heard, that's what I was told. Well, I know that's what I've seen.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Alright, so we're just gonna be talking to you basically about basically each individual of your team, if you know what I mean, and On this show, it's you can hold back as much as you feel you don't want to talk about, or you can talk about as much as you want, basically. So don't feel like we want you to say everything. Just talk about what you want to talk about involving what we ask you. Okay?
Hmm.
So we're gonna start off with Jack, your team captain. What's it like teaming with him?
Oh, I've always loved teaming with Jack, so that hasn't really changed for me. Um, he he's just like I get that people keep making jokes about him having a god pool of basically one god being Ram, but it's just fun. It's just fun to play with him because you can have a good laugh with him, but he can also get serious if he has to be, and yeah, just everything play.
So, 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 with the joke about the one God put with Rama, talk to us a bit more about that. How did that come to be? Like, because we've all heard it now, but nobody knows how it actually came about because it came from your team, obviously.
Well, it was basically when I first joined the team, Slurp Nation, um, like for the second time. So basically, when I rejoined after Luke got kicked, um, for quite some time, he would play Ram in every comp we had. But like, then that changed, obviously.
Okay, so honest, how many gods are actually in his god pool?
I honestly don't know. I just know that's within two.
Alright, okay, it's perfect, it's perfect. Chris, is there anything you would like to discuss, ask Eddie involving Jack?
Well, obviously, like we've been speaking about his god pool and just how he acts. Game-wise, would you say there's anything you think he needs to improve on?
Well, I sometimes feel like this is difficult for me now because we actually haven't played as a five-man in a long time, and like it's hard for me to remember because I think it was like the last time we properly trained was like 2 weeks ago. But like from what I can remember, he still needs to work a bit on his rotation to team fights. Um, he's sometimes a bit late for those, but other than that,
So overall, he's a good person to have in the team.
yeah.
Alright, okay. Let's talk about Giannis now. What's it like teaming with Giannis? Is it good, bad, and not? Talk to us about that.
Oh, Giannis. Well, Giannis is a very good player, definitely a very good player. Um, it's good teaming with him because he's like kind of the voice of reason when people wanna like play dumb stuff or do dumb stuff or like basically just do bullshit. Giannis would be like, "No, shut the fuck up and listen to this. This is dumb. Don't do this." And yeah, it can sometimes help, even though it can sometimes be annoying, but most of the time it's very helpful.
Um, comms wise, what's he like within the comms, like in game? Like, what's it like there? Is there any tilt, or is it like toxicity between any people in Giannis, or what's it like in that?
Oh, sometimes there's toxicity between people, but like that's not just between people and Giannis. That's between well, depends really on the situation. Sometimes I tilt at Lucas for doing dumb shit. Sometimes sometimes other people tilt at other people. It really depends on the situation. But like that's just what happens if you play Smite. Sometimes you just tilt, but usually it's pretty chill, the atmosphere.
Okay. Chris, any more things you want to talk about Giannis?
Well, yet again, we've been speaking about like team-wise, how he speaks and all of that, and the fact that he's a really good player. Do you think support is the best role to have Giannis in at this point in time?
Well, I definitely think we don't have a better support in our team. So yes.
No, I don't mean that. I mean like, so say if everyone in your team could play each role equally, yeah, or
Well, then that question would not make any sense because then it doesn't matter where Giannis is.
all
So
I'm
you
asking
can
is
as well
that
just
do you
stay
feel
support.
that Giannis could do better in another role?
No, I think he's fine where he is. Like he's he's a really good carry as well, and I haven't seen a lot of his roles, but he's a good jungle as well. But I just feel that um, he has he's a good support, and that's like really hard to find, and also really important to have because without a good support, your team can't do a lot. Because if he doesn't protect the carries, then they're just gonna get blown up, and then you know. That's
So,
it for the
so,
team fights.
so talking about that with supports protecting the carries, is there any at any point do you feel like you and Jack have to like sort of fend for yourselves a bit in your team fighting, or like
Oh,
do you two have to protect each other just because you've got no one else doing it?
sometimes, we get dove a lot in the back line and have problems with that, but most of the time that's not the issue.
Okay, and that was nothing I just wanted to talk about. You go back to Jack. Are you more comfortable with him being the other person in the back line with you because you know you've got someone that you can trust, or could you do that with anyone else? You feel like and play as comfortably as you do?
Um, no, I think I think I'm probably most comfortable with Jack being there with me.
All right, perfect. Let's talk about Eddie. What's it like teaming with Eddie?
Oh, he's a cunt. I don't like him.
No, how dare you? He's the most beautiful snipe player.
Oh,
He's also the sweetest. He's also my capri. So don't talk shit about him.
you won't get into my pants tonight because I have a feeling you want to get into my pants tonight.
No, honestly, what do you think the team atmosphere is like with you? And is there any way do you think you could improve on?
Oh yeah, I need to tilt less.
I don't know, more honestly, like game-wise, like gameplay-wise, do you think you've got any areas you need to improve?
Gameplay wise, I don't fall behind a lot, but when I fall behind, I sometimes do dumb shit. Like usually when I fall behind, I just farm efficiently. But sometimes when things are not going the way I want them to, I just basically do dumb shit. Like for example, when I fall behind as a mid laner, what I do is I focus on farming as many buffs as I can in between the waves. So like let's say I get first blood or something like that, and I focus on getting wave back harpies, wave speed buff, wave red buff, wave mid harpies, then back to the back harpies, and I focus on doing stuff like that. But if, for example, the back harpies are all like being taken by a teammate, or the mid harpies are um, being taken by enemies, and I basically have nothing to do, I just sit in lane and I do nothing, and that is like the most inefficient shit ever. So I need to definitely change that.
Kind of like, for example, the first time when you were on our team and we scrimmed Slug Nation, and your jungle was getting invaded every fucking 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that. For example, Chris, is there anything you'd like to ask Eddie about himself? Because obviously I feel like I'm leading this topic, so I'm gonna let you lead the next 2 after this.
You kind of are. I've just been listening, I'll be honest. But yeah, we already know like what you feel that you could improve on, and we all know that you state that you tilt a lot. And you have also said that you do tend to tilt on Lucas a bit when he does dumb stuff, correct? Name me one example that has probably put you in a mood where you tilt a lot.
Oh, for example, he doesn't do it anymore because I shouted at him a lot and he stopped doing it. But Lucas used to proxy farm my wave. So basically, like, I was taking a camp, and the enemy wave, just left the enemy tower, and the wave would have clashed, and I would have gotten there and taken the wave, and everything would have been fine. And he just decides to clear my entire wave before I get back to lane. So I basically just lose one entire wave of farm, which isn't too bad if it's just one wave, but if he keeps doing it, I just lose out massively on farm. And that got me really tilted. Or also, for example, when I took his speed buff, and he shouted at me for taking his speed buff on a late game. I'm trying to think who it was. Must have been. I was definitely. Let me check. Must have been someone with low mobility. Oh yeah, I was playing Ra, and I took his speed buff to get more mobility, obviously, because it was like 35 minutes or something like that. So like at this point, it's basically no one speed buff, but still he was shouting at me
Yeah.
and saying, "That's my speed buff." Stuff like that tilts me.
And would you say that it's mainly Lucas you tend to tilt at, or do you think
Well,
you
well,
tilt at all of them in a small
well.
amount?
If other people do dumb shit, I tilt at them as well. But not gonna lie, Giannis, Jack, and Darren don't do dumb shit. I mean, it's super rare that I tilt at Lucas as well, but it's just sometimes. Obviously the main reason I think why I tilt at him so much is because I have the most interaction with him because he's the jungle.
And you're the
And
mid.
I'd probably tilt at Jack or Giannis or Darren more if I were in lane with them, but like obviously, I don't really interact with them a lot
Until
because
like late game.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Right, next person, Chris.
moving on to, well, Lucas, I guess, if we're carrying on with the way that Dean's been doing it. Speak about
Well,
Lucas. Is there any issues like comp-wise?
well, you just heard what I said. That's all I have to
Not
say
like,
about
I
that.
don't mean
Like,
in gameplay
yeah,
wise. I mean
yeah.
like in a person at all, like off game.
No, he's a cool dude. I like him.
Okay.
I'd like to add something to it. What's his god pool like? Does his god pool fit the style you want it to be, or do you think is there certain gods you'd want him to play a bit more?
I'm
Because I know you
not
two
gonna
don't.
lie.
I know you two don't make the comps, but is there certain gods that you wish he could play, and so the comps can't be made because he can't play those gods as well?
I really love seeing more Thor, and maybe that's a big maybe though. A bit more of Ratatoskr. Like obviously Ratatoskr isn't that great, but I just feel like he with his ults has a good setup, and then just Thor because Thor's just Thor.
Okay,
I love seeing
obviously
more Thor in jungle because like I get a lot of who does he play a lot? I get a lot of Hoonbad's Nemesis, Naja, sometimes Merc in jungle, which can be nice. Like Hoonbad's has good setup. Um, Nemesis personally is a god I never liked jungling for me, just because she she has two slows in the kit obviously, but like I just don't feel like that god does enough. I don't know. I just she's just not my favorite. I don't
so
know.
the two gods that you stated, is it just so that you could have like some setups for you, or would you say there's some more reasons?
I mean, Thor's obviously a really good jungler, has always been a really good jungler, like just because he's never really out of meta. He always has that has that big presence with his global ults, with his slam dunk, so to speak. And I feel like Thor could do a lot for our team because, first of all, if Lucas can one combo people, that would be really nice. Like land on them into AA cancels and then do the entire combo. And also, yeah, obviously it's good setup, but also helps with late game team fights a lot when you just have a Thor that basically slam dunks the enemy team or the enemy squishies, and makes the fight a bit easier for you. And I just feel like global presence is always so good in the game of Smite, which is why I also say Ratatoskr, because having that global ult that can get you from point A to point B really fast is just really
So,
important. And
in a way, you're
really
saying
strong.
if he was able to play those two a bit more, it might make your lane a lot more easier for you?
Not just my lane, but the entire game for
Alright,
all of us.
I'm going to make a joke about this. Let's see if Eddie recognizes the joke I'm making. Do you think Thor or Ratatoskr could set up a Vulcan out better than a Wheelix can?
Yes.
Do you get the joke?
I get that joke. I still don't get that a Wheelish and Falcon that does not work at all. Like, I guess that works, but like that was such a strange comp.
Well, it's just funny that he tilted about that. No, but alright, so the start laner. Obviously, I'm gonna let Chris lead it, but talk to us about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Darren.
obviously you've played 2 matches with him. You probably don't know his full god pool right now, but would you say that he works well with the team? Would you say that he will play whatever god is needed?
Well, to be quite honest, we had 2 games together, and in one of the games, he played what Jack asked him to, and in the second game he just insta-locked Hades. So let's see how this goes.
So that's really all you could probably say
Say
really.
about him, yeah. Apart from the fact he's a laid back guy, but overall on the team, you're pretty happy with where you're at so far, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Obviously we didn't talk about it because it's not an individual player thing, but comp-wise, are you happy with the comps that the team is made for the team? Or did you prefer my team comps?
I'm not gonna lie. I'd like a bit. I like a bit more variety in my mid lane gods, because basically all I get to play as of now are Poseidon, Scylla, when I'm lucky Ra, and when I'm really lucky Hoyi, and that's about it. When there's like so many gods out there that I could also play in mid, like for example Agni, Cronus, Hades, Isis. Okay, Isis isn't really that great, but you know, Janus, Nox. That's all valid picks. Vulcan,
You
Torf,
leave my Nox alone.
Soul, even though I'm not good at her, but I can
So
train up
a
Zeus.
lot more flex picks basically, because of the fact
Yeah.
that like Kronos and Sol, like you said, Jack could play those, and then you got Hades, obviously, as you mentioned, Darren can play that in Soul Lane, so just adds a bit more to your picks and bans. Okay, I get you. And is there anything else you'd like to mention before we move on?
No.
Okay, perfect. All right, so gonna move straight on. We're gonna keep this train going. Onto the second topic, which is talking about other free agents that we basically have in our community, and we're gonna talk about what team we think they would fit the best. So for Eddie, we're gonna tell you basically the 5 teams we've got. So I don't know whether you want to write this down, so at least you have like a little note of which teams they are, or if you're going to remember, it's up to you.
I can remember the teams.
Right, so obviously there's Matt's team, so Toxic Jungle. There's your team, my team, Luke's team, and Brandon's team.
Alright.
And we're going to talk about which team we think each free agent suits the most. And then whether it's going to be a good pickup, if it'd be a good pickup or a bad pickup.
And also explain
So
which role we think they should play.
So the first person we're obviously going to talk about is Cass.
Cass. Okay, no, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen Cass play before. So
Hashtag Team Cass.
Team Cass.
yeah, Team
Yes.
Cass, but I still haven't seen him play. So, you know, I might not be the best person to judge this.
Obviously, Chris, I'll let you go first, because obviously you've probably played with him
The most.
more on PS4. On PS4.
On PS4, definitely. Well, hopefully. Well, obviously, experience-wise on, obviously, expert teams, he doesn't have much of, so obviously at that point we'd probably have to put him in a lower grade team for now, just so that he can get the experience for that. But
Okay,
skill wise, I feel that if he had that experience, he could be in one of the top teams.
Okay.
But obviously, dependent on what team it is, it would mean that he would have to play a certain role, because yes, he's good at support, yes, he's good at ADC, yes, he needs a bit of work at jungle. So if we went to Slub Nation, obviously Jack ADC beats Cass. Janna support, equal fight probably.
Oh my god. We know he's a Cats fan, but I didn't notice this match.
Notice me, senpai.
I think Eddie's literally just died. Like literally just went for fuck's sake, Chris.
I just had a heart attack.
To be honest, you say that back in the podcast, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie was worse than me.
To be fair,
In which
back
podcast?
when you used to scream down the mic, Team Gas.
Yeah, but that's something
Exactly.
different. That's something different.
That's just Eddie's fan. That's just Eddie's
That's just
fantasy.
fanboying and not being dumb.
That's just that's Eddie's fantasy. Team Cast will get revenge on Chris. It's gonna happen.
Jesus
At some
Christ,
point,
Chris.
at some point, Cast will fuck you over, Chris, and we all know it's going.
Most likely. But who cares?
Casually,
Dean's been on
Just
Team Eddie
casually
since day
saying-
one, I'm just going on Team Cass.
just casually saying that Kaz is a better support than Giannis, no problem.
At no point did I say he's better, I said equal playing field.
Okay. So I don't agree with that. Like I haven't
The
seen him
difference
play,
is
but
you
I
haven't
hardly doubt
seen
it.
him play. I've
Yes, but I
played
hardly
with
doubt it.
both supports.
Yes, but I still hardly doubt it because I think if he were at that skill level, I would have seen him play. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Just because you haven't played with him doesn't mean you would have seen him play if he was at a decent skill level.
Yeah, but like, let me ask you something. Like, if you honestly think that he's such a good support, don't you think Dean would have asked him if he wants to, support for your team over Remco and would have moved Remco to another position? Because I
Actually,
think
no.
if you had a
I
support
don't
at the
think
skill
Dean
level,
would have.
because if you had a support at the skill level of Giannis, then I would try to get him on the team, definitely.
But then also to the fact, as Dean also hasn't seen him play, so he'd be going off my info, and also to the fact that, well, Dean, I've already asked you about Cass. Do you want to say to Eddie what your answer was?
What?
Well, as we know, Dean, I already asked you ages ago if we should put Cass in our team.
My response was the fact of the matter is, you and Remco have that built-in synergy already. You've played together for so long now. Cass and me, we don't really we get along outside the game. We don't get along inside the game that well. And obviously he'd have to get build synergy with the rest of the team. So that's why I said no. But
Yeah, see, it had nothing to do with skill-wise. It was literally just the fact that putting Remco jungle would have been a bad idea.
I don't know.
so where are you putting him, Chris? We haven't found out where you.
I
which
said
team
where
you
I
think
was
he belongs
putting.
in.
I said either Brandon's or Luke's team to gain the experience.
Yeah, Luke's team's actually not half bad, Chris.
Well, Luke doesn't have a team right now because he doesn't know about anyone, especially that Mr. Steal Your Bay guy. Luke thinks he's not in the team anymore.
Yeah, that might be a thing because I think he's deleted me off his friends list again, and this time I really don't know why.
Oh no, Luke already told me about the fact that he's deleted you off his friends list.
Why?
Okay, we're not talking about this on camera,
Yeah, I'm
guys.
saying.
Okay, so Eddie, obviously you disagree with the Giannis statement. From what you've just heard from Chris there, and obviously with your disagreements, where do you think he should be? Do you agree with Chris around that skill level?
Well, I still haven't seen him play, but I don't know. Like, I obviously know that he's not gonna be going back to Brandon's team after what Brandon pulled. So,
Yep. Just
I don't know. Luke's team might
saying
be the
a
best bet.
response to that, yeah. How we're saying it, it doesn't have to be like what they think. It's more of the fact where would we put them, or where do we think
Yeah, I
would be
know,
best to put them.
but like,
I don't
but
think
they
Eddie
still
wants to
wouldn't be
put it.
best.
I don't think Eddie wants to put his fantasy on a team with Brandon. Be serious about this.
Do you really think I want to? I'm just doing it because he needs, like, I want Cass to gain the experience so that he can get higher up.
The experience of carrying 4 deadweights, oh, of course.
Well, that's all he ever does.
Mm.
Be
Said
fair,
it
all I've
again.
ever played with him was, like, casuals at my level.
Alright, so, alright. Eddie, so we say you agreeing with Chris around that level? Brandon, Luke, team level?
Well, whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously Brandon, maybe Luke's level of team.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Brandon's level is a
I'm
bit
going-
too low.
I'm going to put him on. I'm going to put him on the Luke team level as well. Obviously, we have not seen them, so we don't know what level they're really at. We just got to put them fourth because I'm not going to put them behind Brandon's team, and that's just not a thing. Let's be serious about this. It's not a thing. Does anyone actually know who's on that team?
Just before we say anything,
idea.
yeah?
Ah, wait, no, wait,
No,
wait,
quickly,
guys.
quickly. I need to go back from a
no.
comment.
Wait, guys. It's 4 Jack's accounts. And Brandon on a team. That's
wow.
who it is. 4 Jack accounts
Eddie?
and a Brandon.
Going back to the team, like, back to when you were saying, like, the gods you would want Lucas to play, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say Ratatoska or Ravana?
Ratatoska.
Thank you. Janice thought you said, Ravana.
No, he
And
plays
then-
Ravana.
Let Eddie be like Ratatoska while Lucas can't play Ravana and he is the best jungler. Like, Eddie, damn, Lucas can't play warrior jungle. That was the comment. Just thought I'd state it.
Wait, what was the comment?
I just read you the comment. He was saying, Lil Eddie
but I
be
didn't
like
understand. Yeah.
Ratatoska while Lucas can't play Ravana and he is the best jungler. Like, Eddie, damn, Lucas can't play warrior jungle.
Okay.
Just saying,
That
that's how it
was
said.
really
That
hard to
doesn't
see.
make sense
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna move straight on to a topic I think Eddie could probably offer. Well, no, an next free agent. Eddie could probably offer a bit more to about. We're gonna talk about Tice.
I honestly thought you were gonna say Ollie then. But okay.
No,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the next two you can talk about a lot. Tice. Where do you think Tice should be? Obviously, I don't think you're going to put him back at your team's level. Obviously, with your comments earlier,
Well,
Eddie. Sam.
yeah.
Love-
Well,
love you, baby.
see, the thing is, I just feel like,
Somebody's watching me.
he should be probably with you guys for now, because he's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just that first of all, he like sometimes doesn't want to put time into it, which really tilts me. But then also sometimes he doesn't listen to short calls or goes to chase a kill or something like that, and in spots where it just doesn't make any sense to chase the kill, and then that just kind of
Tilt you.
makes it a bit difficult to play with him. But like, other than that, he's a good player, obviously. It's just that I feel like he shouldn't be any higher than that right now.
Okay. Chris, what about you? What do you think?
Well, if we're going based on that, skill-wise, okay, yeah, our team. But as the fact that we got rid of Ollie for somewhat the exact same reason, wouldn't it be pretty much better to put him down to Luke's level? Especially as Luke still isn't 100% in the mindset of making a team.
I guess.
Chris, Chris, I swear to God,
That wasn't
you
the
got hit.
question.
You got hit in the head with a brick today. Some of the comments you're making. What? I'm so confused. No,
I'm stating a fact. Like, we
no,
got rid of
no.
Ollie for not
For
giving
not
a
showing
shit.
up. For not showing up. I don't think there's any point where Tice has just ignored chats or anything and just not showed up. Eddie, has he done that?
No, he was said he can't be there. Like, you know, he came for training when we had training. It was just that he really didn't he didn't want to. So basically, he came, but at one point he just stated, "Yo, I'm not feeling this anymore, so I'm just gonna like take a pause and not be playing on the team anymore." He was there when he had to, and if he wasn't there, he always said, "Yo, I can't be there." But you know,
Right, so I'm gonna go with Eddie's comment. I don't think we can put him back up to obviously Slap Nation though, because look at the replacement, Darren. That's another question I
It
didn't
seems
ask you.
like Janice is still raging at the comps.
Oh my fucking god! What's the man saying now?
Let's look at
what's wrong,
the
guys?
OP gods right now. Saul, Morgan, Kronos. Look at what Eddie plays in the comps. None of those. What a great idea. By the way, we did get Rama, so all good.
Yeah, but that's like not my fault that I don't play them. And I said I want to play more Sol and Kronos.
No, that's why I just stated I think he's raging at the comps. More.
Alright, so what was I saying? Yeah, so I don't think I can put it back up to Slut Nation because Darren is, I think, better. Would you say that? Is that something you can say?
Definitely.
I've never seen Darren play properly. I've only seen him play in the Adventures, so where somehow I didn't die on Vulcan against a Tyr, a Hercules, and a Xing Qian, and on her makes sense. I didn't die somehow. No, but and I can't. You definitely, if you can't put someone Slap Nation, you can't put someone Toxic Jungle. It's just not gonna fucking happen.
Oh, and there's one thing that Janice did mention that we actually forgot about.
What's that now?
When we this was a comment a while ago. When we
You're
were talking
interrupting the
about
current
how
topic.
sorry, but when we were mentioning about how everyone can improve on Eddie's team in topic 1, we never asked about how Janice can improve.
Okay.
Well, he can stop being such a nigger faggot. No, just kidding. He can. I don't know. He sometimes needs to chill, I guess, because sometimes, like, sometimes he'll get really pissed at people. Like same as me actually. Like, he'll be a bit toxic or start flaming because people do dumb shit. Like, obviously, if people troll in training, that's not good, and they should stop doing that. But like, if people make mistakes, sometimes you just need to, not flame that much. But I do the same thing, so I really can't. I'm really not in a position to tell him to stop doing that.
Okay, well, carry on with your topic.
Yeah, so I'm gonna agree with Eddie and put him at our level. I think that's kind of where he's at right now. So, Eddie, I could ask a question here. How much have you seen of Ray? If you've not seen much, we'll move
I've
straight
seen
on.
1v1, and that was back when he started playing on the PS4.
Right. Okay. So we're not gonna talk about him because obviously you can't talk much about him. So we'll go straight to Ollie Exemplary. How are you saying from our former jungler? What do you think about him? What do you think he should be?
Well, I feel like he should. Probably Luke's level.
Hmm.
Like Luke's
Talk to me
level.
about that. Talk to me about that.
Well, he was never the best. He was just, you know, kind of there, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would never go like, oh, Ollie, sexy play, oh my god. You just soloed 5 people or something like that. You would never expect to say that to him. Like no matter how good the game goes, and I feel like he was just kind of mediocre. And then obviously also the fact that he couldn't be there most of the time didn't really help. So, you know, like not just like he couldn't be there, but that he literally didn't say I'm not coming. I mean,
Chris, I think I know you're probably gonna put him down to Brandon's level, but I still ask the question anyway.
Actually,
Where are you
I was
putting
gonna
him?
put him Luke's level.
I said Luke's level.
Yeah, no, I said I would put him on Luke's level.
Yeah, and I said that as well. So
Yeah, no, it was literally just I'm saying that because like reasonings, and also because Dean straight away said, "I know you're gonna put him down to Brandon's level."
yeah, but like, why would you put him down to Brandon's level? Like,
Because Chris
makes no sense.
really doesn't rate Ollie at all.
Nah, I
Yeah.
didn't. But then I'll be honest, he is a bit like too good to go down to that level. Everyone is.
Even Brandon?
No, but him.
Right, okay, so I'm going to disagree with both of you. I'm gonna put him at my team level, so our team Chris.
See, the issue with that yet is I never suspected
unpopular
you.
decision.
I never expected you to say that because like how Eddie, you stated to Eddie you wouldn't put Tice back in your level because of like the fact that you kicked him. Yeah, I never suspected you to
What?
put him back in our level.
What?
Blah blah
What
blah
do you-
blah blah. I'm talking rubbish.
Yeah.
Stop it. Just carry on.
So,
Like-
no, I put him on our level just because the fact that thing is, I did rate Ollie. I got along well with him, and I felt his jungle brought out a decent side to me in solo. Like, I felt a lot more confident knowing that I could
Oh
basically do what I wanted in my lane, because the fact that if I got rotated on, Ollie would rotate, be there either bang on time with the other jungler or just a few seconds after.
new topic 3, guys. Yeah, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new topic for next week.
What?
Janice just stated that Tice doesn't play Smite anymore anyway.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
The community.
Okay, good point. Right. So I'm gonna put Ollie there, and I feel that that's probably a solid choice. I think just because, like I said, I rated Ollie, and I thought, and I'd take him back if he cleaned up the whole ignore chat, don't the training thing. I feel like he could be better, but he's not as good as Lucas, I don't think. Hashtag Lucas, please come play for us. Hashtag any jungler come play for us. I'll take anyone right now. Right. Anybody else you guys want to talk about? The other free agents we've got is people I don't feel Eddie has seen.
And I haven't seen, well, most of them.
So Eddie, is there anyone you'd like to for us to discuss?
Oh,
Truth? No? Okay. Right. Final topic. Obviously, like I said, hashtag. If you want to come play jungle for my team, please message me at DinoBoy77 on PlayStation. Please just fucking message me. We need a jungle already. We need a fucking jungle. Like seriously, I'm going to keep saying this every week until we get a jungler. Message me now, please. I beg. No, but we're gonna talk about toxic jungle. a bit. We're going to discuss why we feel they're just that step ahead of every other team, as in Slut Nation, and a couple of steps ahead of every other team, as in us, Chris. So, I'm going to start off with Chris, actually. Chris, why do you think that they're a couple of steps ahead of everyone right now?
Well,
what's their biggest dominance factor?
From what I saw, yeah, because obviously 30 minutes ago I was watching their video. Yeah. They always seem to be either one step ahead or always thinking on multiple steps before they actually do. Because during their picks and bans, they were all already strategizing on what they suspect Slurp Nation to play and what they feel would be best to ban, best to pick, and all of that. So straight away they were thinking, oh, if I chose this, then they have these choices, where I feel if we got that, then that cuts out two of them, so we ban this third one, and so on, so on. And then when it came to team comps, they basically cooperated with each other perfectly. Like, I'll admit, Alan made one misplay during what I saw, which was the first, not the first death, I think, to their team, but when he ulted and wouldn't go back to his lane or wouldn't retreat.
Okay, Eddie, what do you think? What do you think is their biggest? Like, why are they one step ahead of everyone else?
Well, first of all, they've just got insanely high amount of skill on their players. And then also the fact that, well, they have really good team synergy because they train a lot, like they play every day. And that must just really be helping them, obviously, because, like, Jesus Christ, they train every day. So, like, how many other teams in our community can say that of themselves at the moment, that they train every day? We have 3 incomplete teams, 1 team that trains once every 2 weeks, and then them. So obviously they're going to be the best by a long shot at the moment.
And for once, Dean's not the bad comp.
I'm gonna turn around and say one thing here. Now, this may be one thing that may be unpopular, maybe it's dumb. I'm gonna turn around and just say, Matt. Matt is the reason. Nothing else. It's shot calling. That's it, I feel. Like, a lot of teams, the most in a professional Smite game, it's generally, most of the time, it's not the team with the better skill that wins, the team with the better shot calling that wins.
Obviously that helps.
I also sort of agree with that, because
shot calling is a big thing, because you don't just shot call in game, you shot call the picks and bans, basically. Picks and bans is 90% of the game. And just the fact that I feel like Matt probably dictates that team. I feel like that does help, and he is willing to speak up every fucking time. And I feel none of the teams have that at the moment, like that dictator that wants to speak up.
I also agree with shot calling, because during a minute of the scrim against Slurp Nation, Just Matt Gaming didn't forget, he suspected that it was obvious that Eddie had ulted him, due to the fact that it was right next to Gold Fury, and also his health went from almost full to almost completely gone. Yet, none of them noticed, and none of them literally said anything about ult used. And when everyone came towards Gold Fury, they backed out.
No, it was just me.
Oh no, when Eddie came towards Gold Fury, they stopped due to the fact that they suspected Eddie to have his ult. Then obviously Just Matt Gaming got a bit, not tilted, but got a bit annoyed, stating his ult was down, and then obviously apologised to the fact that he didn't mention it, but he did suspect that it was kinda obvious that he used it.
I'm not get. Obviously, I'm just gonna ask a question here. What you said that you agreed with me on with the shot calling thing, and then went on to say that. What's that got to do with any of that?
Well, the fact that
That's not shot calling.
No, I'm not stating it's shot calling, but just talking in general in the game, announcing something happening. If someone leaves a lane, if you don't mention it, the person that they're going to will end up being screwed.
Yeah, but everyone mentions that.
Well,
Like, we mentioned that as well.
not it. One adjustment gaming, like I will admit, wasn't mentioned once in the video I was
did you say?
watching.
What wasn't mentioned once?
I was watching Justment's gaming scrim video while you were on the phone,
Yeah.
Eddie, and at the start of the game, when I think you guys got your first kill, when you got your first kill, no one mentioned that you were missing mid, which in reality was probably the only reason why you got that kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Stuff like that and actual shot calling or even the little
Yep.
stuff is important.
But like everyone does that. We do that as well. We also mention, obviously, when you play Smite, when you play Conquest, you gotta call your lane partner missing, or you're gonna have problems. That's just the way the game's designed.
I was just agreeing to Dean's
that's nothing that
points
just
and
they
giving
do.
an example.
But Eddie, do you agree with the statement I'm giving that shot calling is probably their biggest? I think is their biggest. Do you agree with where I'm coming from? Or do you see where I'm coming from? Sorry.
Well, I see where you're coming from, but I still think that the biggest factor for them winning is just that they train regularly and they play every day as a 5-man, and we just don't do that. Like, none of us do this. Like, I'm on every day, but I don't play with my team every day as a 5-man. You don't have a full team. Brandon's team doesn't have a full team. Luke doesn't have a full team. So you know, how are we supposed to get on the same level as a team, synergy-wise, if we don't play as often together as they do?
I get you. I know what you're kind of saying. I also feel maybe due to the fact that I do find it quite stupid that there's so many, like as you said, that there's 4 different teams after them, and there's only one of them is complete. What's better? Like 5 teams and only 2 full teams, or like 3 full teams? What's better?
Well,
Don't tell me. What's better, 3 full teams, or 2 full teams and 3 unfull teams?
Probably the 2 full teams for now, in a way, because they will be scrimming off while obviously the other 3 teams are looking for the people, and when they'll be ready, when they'll be learning, they'll understand what's going on. Gives the other 2 a fighting, gives them a little challenge when they finally create a team.
But then those 2 teams get so far ahead of everyone else, and everyone else just starts getting tilted, and that those teams disband, Chris.
It was a trick question, man. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. I'm kind of thinking that why have we got all these separate teams when, like, obviously I'm not counting your team, Eddie. Your team's a complete team. You guys just need to train more. That's the problem. You guys just need to train more. But us, Luke's team, Brandon's team, shouldn't we just make like 2 complete teams out of the 3 of us?
True, but then there is one question, the question that comes to mind when you state that: who's having Brandon?
Well, 2 people get left out, you know.
True, Brandon's one of them.
What? 4, 8, 12. Oh yeah, 2 people get left out, yeah, fuck. To be fair, you could probably just make...
What's good, Danny Newman? Thanks for subscribing, and Janice seems to be interrogating this guy to see if he plays jungle, Dean. No, seriously,
yeah.
you should read the comments. I'm just being serious. I just started looking, I see, hi bro, I'm new, and then can you say something? Janice is like, who are you? You play jungle in Smite? They looking for one low. I'm a new subscriber, bro. You play Smite? Yes. Jungle, question mark? And then that was the end. And I'm just thinking, bloody hell.
Well, the secret strat is Giannis is looking to replace Lucas now.
Probably.
That's really what's happening. He's not looking one for us, Chris. He's looking to write Lucas off to fucking go.
Oh, but then we get one anyway. We can have Lucas.
Jesus,
Who's
that sounds
Lucas
like
gonna
fucking
pick?
retail or something like that.
Who's Lucas gonna pick? Us or Luke? Think that one through, Chris.
Or I would hope he would choose the one that's just about complete over the one that doesn't even know if they've got a single member yet.
Well, they have one member. Luke's there.
Luke doesn't even think he's gonna make the team,
Get
let
played.
alone get a team.
You just got played, Chris.
Not really.
No, like, so the proof's in the pudding though. Like, if we had,
Did you just say something with pudding?
yeah, proof in the pudding.
Okay.
If there was 4 complete
I like
teams over 5 not so complete teams, everyone with skill level would get better together and not just have 2 teams better than everyone else and everyone else is just picking up the scraps.
Yeah, but the real question is there or is there not actual pudding?
I'll get you pudding when we first meet, Eddie. I'll buy pudding.
Okay, I hope you do.
I'll buy pudding. I'll buy a share as pudding. We can share it.
Oh, I guess that's why it's called share as pudding. Know what I mean?
And we could do that whole spoon thing where I get a bit out and feed it to you or something like that.
What am I, a fucking bird?
Yes,
You're
you
my
are.
capri. You're my ladybug.
That's not the sound of ladybug makes.
Oh, if only Ladybug sounded like that.
You don't want Lucas, bro. That's what Janice just said. You don't want him.
You don't want... Okay.
I'm a very majestic ladybug, by the way.
And that's why I love you, my capri. And I'm a majestic frost giant. Grrr.
You're needed on set on Thor's movie. Off your chart.
So,
I don't get it.
alright. We're getting a bit away from the topic, but I like this bit. Eddie mainly. So out of the 3 incomplete teams, of what we know, like some of the players I know is obviously me, Chris, Joey, Remco. You got Luke, Bay. You got what's his name, Alti or something like that. I'm pretty sure I've heard.
Yeah.
You've got who else was there?
I don't know.
Fuck
There's
knows.
Merc Recon, but I don't think you know.
Him. You got him, and you got Brandon. So you got 9 players there. You can make 1 complete team, and then obviously 1 4-man team.
Uh-huh.
What would out of that? What would be your 5-man team, and what would be your 4-man team?
Well, put Brandon on the 4-man, confirmed.
What would be the 5-man? And tell us the roles. You got to tell us the roles. So you got me, you've got Chris, you've got Remco, you've got Joey, you've got Luke, you've got Bay, you've got Altair, you've got Recon, and you've got Brandon.
Okay, Bay mid,
Mhm.
confirmed. You solo, confirmed.
Mhm.
Brandon on another game, confirmed.
Brandon on Mario Kart confirmed.
Yes.
Could have said on a different console.
Mario Kart's not on fucking PS4, you pleb.
I'm not saying that. I was just saying game on PS4 in total.
That's why I said Brandon on Mario Kart. Mario Kart's on a different console. It's off PS4, Chris.
Oh. So I'm not thinking today.
I'm thinking Altering support, confirmed.
Mhm.
I'm thinking Chris and Carrie, confirmed.
And jungle.
Remco can try jungle, confirmed.
Hashtag no Luke on the team.
I will be honest, I was quite surprised that he put me on the team.
Yeah, because I forgot that Luke's available. Just kidding, just kidding.
Giannis is going livid. Giannis is going livid that you put out here above Remco.
Yeah, I know. I just, it's really difficult because you know you count down like 9 or 10 names, and I just can't fucking remember all of them. But yeah, I probably wouldn't put Altair over Remco. Giannis is right.
So Remco Chris Darlene continues forever.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck's sake. Remco, Chris, Bay, Luke, and you. That's the two. Let's fucking go.
Right, so me, Bay, Chris, Remco, and who else did you say? Luke.
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 That's a decent team.
I will
That
be
should be good.
honest. I'm kind of upset with one thing.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No Joey. The team needs the
fuck off
Joey.
with Joey. I don't even know who Joey is.
Joey's needed.
Joey
Ah.
Wheeler.
Chris, your turn. Make your 5 man.
Oh,
No, alright, wait, Eddie. So for the 4 people left you had Brandon, Altier, Recon, and Joey. Position them in the 4-man team, so they have to look for a certain position.
Okay, so Brandon would be
The sub.
probably driving the Mario Kart.
No, Joey, no, come on, serious, Daddy, come on, serious. I know, I said sub, but serious now.
Okay, so Brandon should. I don't know, man. That's good. Don't put me through this.
if you
Well,
don't
he
know,
can play,
just put in...
he can
Let
play
me just say
solo
this.
or carry. He can play solo or carry. So
I'd say
there you
No,
go.
no. I would rather go with what Janice said. Brandon
What
is
did
spectating. That's a better answer.
Yeah, Giannis just came up with a good answer as well. It's still in the other step, but Brandon in what's left.
Well, anyway, Altair is still in support because, you know, his Bacchus is actually decent. Not great, but decent. Who are the other two? I don't know the other two.
Recon and Joey. What role does Joey play?
What
Where
fucking Rickon Stark?
Yeah, Recon Stark, whatever his name is.
Okay, Rickon Stark. He can probably play the hunter, so he can shoot an arrow back at Ramsey.
Obviously. Let's see if he can dodge a couple of ones and not just run in a straight line. Fucking idiot. You know what? I'm going to shoot
I don't know
arrows
the
at
guys,
you,
so-
so just run in a straight line. I'm just gonna shoot these at you, you know? Don't try and zigzag for evasive on you. Alright, and Chris, would you like to tell Eddie what role Joey plays so he could just put him there?
Mid.
Okay, put him in solo then. Just kidding,
Obviously.
Confirmed.
And so are you putting Brandon jungle or solo lane? Do you want
solo, please?
No, but say, do you want to put him in the jungle where you need to rotate around the map and farm efficiently, or do you want to put him in solo lane where if he feeds, you've got a level solo laner who's tanky as fuck and 6 levels higher than you?
See, that's why I said Mario Kart. You know? Or maybe to Azkaban.
So solo lane and look for a jungle. So basically, they just got our team situation, Chris.
Pretty much.
Can't find jungler. Chris, your turn. Make the 5-man team. Who you putting carry?
Is this for the 5-man team now? Okay, me.
Who you putting support?
Ramco, because I'll be honest, I haven't seen Bay or any of the other guys play.
Who you putting mid?
See,
Eddie's about to have a heart attack in a second when Chris gets his answer, because I already know what he's gonna give.
well, no offense, I've only seen him play mid.
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
You're bound to have a heart
when
attack
he has-
because I don't know how the other people plays.
He's going to put Joey in mid instead
Oh,
of Bay. on a
okay,
5-man
I'll
team.
put Bay mid.
Oh, wait, what?
Okay.
I'm sorry, what? What time did that happen? Joey's gonna kill Chris next time he speaks to him.
Well, no offense, I don't know what Bay plays. If you're both gonna have a heart attack for me saying Joey, like, what's
Oh no,
for him?
I'm not gonna have a heart attack. Eddie will have a heart attack. I don't really care.
I'll put Joey jungle because I want Joey on the
Okay.
team either way. Like, I can't have the team without Joey. I'm being honest, you know.
You put Joey on the jungle over Luke, over the person who watches each and every one of your videos. Except for
Well, no offense, Luke. Yeah, okay, I can understand. But as I stated, I wanted Joey on the team in the first place. Yeah, and the fact that
Luke, if you watch this, I put you on the team. Never forget.
well, no offense, Luke knows I wouldn't put him on the team. He knows. He wouldn't. He's
Okay.
already negated that he doesn't want to be on the team anyway.
Who's your solo laner?
You.
What?
To be
You
fair,
solo? Are you fucking dumb? No, I'm just kidding.
It's me or Brandon. What are you, fucking gay?
What are you fucking gay? Yeah, you have a problem with that?
Just do it. Do it. Jedi Temple. I am the Jedi Temple.
Okay. So now going with the 4-man team.
Make your 4-man team where you
Who,
put
who are the other people? You got Luke.
So
You
you
got.
Brandon, you've got Recon Stark, and you've got
Okay, who the hell are they? Like, you're giving
You
me
got-
names. I don't know.
You're not Luke, you're not Brandon. The only person you don't know is that's what 3 is Recon Stark. And who's the other one?
Who are they? What places do they play?
An Altia, yeah. He's got
What
Altia
places
as
do
well.
they play? Like, you gave Eddie the chance for me to tell him what place Joey plays.
Eddie.
Don't you know Rick and Stark?
No, I don't know any of them. I don't know
I don't
Babe.
think he watches
Don't
Game
know
of
Rick and
Thrones.
Stark. Oh, wait. You're making a reference to Game of Thrones. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I've only watched, like, one series of it. Leave me alone. Oh, I know who he is now. Oh.
Recon Stark.
He's the guy that tries doing it with his sister, isn't he?
What?
I'm
Kill
thinking
me,
someone else.
kill him now. Someone kill me. Someone
Please.
kill me.
What the fuck did you just? Wait,
No,
let him go on.
I
let him
don't
go on.
watch
Which sister
Game of
first?
Thrones.
Which
I don't
sister?
watch Game of
Sansa or
Thrones.
Arya? Sansa or Arya?
Wait, is Stark's the...
No,
The
you're
ones-
right. But which sister? Sansa or Arya?
I'm confused here. I just give up.
Just what do you suspect? Which sister?
He
do you
fucks
think?
Eddie. There,
Sansa
I'm
or
just
Arya?
saying it now. He fucks Eddie. Either way. I'm done.
So, do you think 6-year-old Rickon?
I don't watch Game of
Sansa's
Thrones. It's a load
8-year-old
of
sister?
rubbish. You could have better chance watching porn than Game of Thrones.
Rickon. Is that the one that fucks his sister?
No, Chris, that's Jamie Lannister.
Well, no offense, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't know any of the names. The only name I could probably turn around and say is Jon Snow. Because when I was at college,
Snow!
all I can hear is Jon Snow
Snow!
is dead.
Jon Snow!
No, seriously, for a whole year at college, all I ever heard was Jon Snow is dead. I never
Jon
understood
Snow.
the reference.
Wait, Eddie, Jon Snow really did have ants in his pants.
Oh my god.
Can we carry on now? What roles do those 3 play?
Janus just put in chat, Pawn is better than Game of Thrones, confirmed.
It's
You know,
true.
Everyone keeps saying afraid that winter is coming, but Daenerys can't wait to get 8 inches of snow inside her.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Eddie, tell Chris the roles of Rickon, Stark, and Altia.
And Bay.
I don't even know Rickon. I've never met him, but Altair plays like support, base and mid laner.
Okay, I would put Altia support, Brandon ADC because the role means nothing to everyone else. Luke jungle, well no, Luke I guess I'll put solo, and Recon jungle.
Is everyone ready to hear my OP as fuck team?
No.
Let's go.
Right,
You're
okay,
just
so...
gonna say that same team I said.
No, so I'm going to
Huh?
call
I
up
didn't say
Jack.
the exact same
Call-
team you said.
No, I'm going to call up Jack, make up some bullshit so Eddie gets kicked. Eddie gets kicked off his team and comes plays with me again, and then I'm gonna put him back on my team. So and we'll call it my Capri again. Obviously, it's gonna happen. That's what I do. I do anything to team with. I do anything to team with you again, Eddie. Please come back to me.
No, not needed.
You left me, Eddie. You left me with Chris.
I'm sorry for that.
Which part, leaving me or leaving me with Chris?
Leaving you with.
Okay, right, yes, as Yana says, gets ready for impacts, right. So, in the solo lane, I'm
Impact
going to
already gone.
in solo lane, I'm going to put me. Obviously, I'm going to put me because it's me or Brandon, and... Well, it's me or Brandon, so... You kinda gotta put me there. Jungle, I'm gonna put... I'll put Joy, I think. Yeah, Joy, I'll go Joy.
He just
I'm
doesn't
gonna
want Joey
put-
to be mad at him.
I'm gonna put Bay mid. And I'm gonna put Ramco support. And I'm gonna put Luke ADC.
Knew it.
Joking of it. I'll put Chris ADC.
Luke ADC, he
Now that you
stated
say
it.
it, I should have put Luke ADC as well.
Luke, you hear that? They ask you to play ADC. Bye, guys.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was just like Chris left the party?
Is it bad that I was actually just about to like exit the stream and just go?
No, but...
Oh, let's stop being mean.
Alright, and the 4-man team, I'm going to put... Right, okay everyone, are you ready for this? I'm gonna put Altier support. Rick on stack. He's going to play 86. I like the idea of him firing an arrow back at Ramsey. I like that one. I'm going to put... What the fuck was the other one?
Luke and Brandon. Or me
Luke
and
Jungle.
Brandon.
No, Luke Jungle and Brandon. Mid lane, just because if he's playing mid, he can be babysit the fuck by Altier and Luke and he can't fuck up too badly.
I guess it's somewhat better than what I said.
Does anyone like my idea? Put him where he can be babysit.
Well, I just put him in the role that's stated by everyone. The least needed role.
Right, so overall, whose team's the best?
None of ours.
Eddie, that fuck's sake, Eddie. Fuck you. Just fuck you, Eddie. No one
Well,
likes you anyway.
Oh, he stated it. None, because we put me ADC.
I'm joking, I love Eddie. Eddie's my Capri. He'll always be my Capri. But yeah, that's it for today. As you just saw, I got Eddie's left the party, so... Hasta la
Also, the
vista.
fact that I'm going.
Yeah, Chris is gotta go. So we're gonna wrap this up here. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, and yeah, hopefully we'll have another one next week. Hopefully on time next week. Sorry if this one was late. Me and Chris were just hasty bastards, pretty much.
Pretty much neither one of us bothered to send a text. I was busy on Xbox One. Dean, fuck knows what you were doing.
Getting laid.
Stuff everyone can do.
Chris. It's one thing to get laid, it's one thing to keep the thing you get laid.
One night stand's always the best.
They're really not, because one night stands you try one thing, it's a one night stand.
It was a
When you're in a
joke.
relationship,
It was
you
a
try
joke.
so many things out.
It was a joke.
Fight me, bitch. Remember, you hide behind me, so...
Supposedly.
Right, okay, and also one other thing we gotta quickly say. We have been challenged to scrims. Brandon completes his team and is ready to face us. Well, I accept that challenge. My team will be there. My team will crush yours into the ground. We will crush you back to pace, and we will blow you back into the sea where you belong, into nothing. Thank you
Quotations
very
marks,
much,
be
and
there.
good day, my friends.
Just quickly, saying the fact the challenge, how are we meant to be there if supposedly you're Jack and like that Brandon's gonna have a load of Jacks on his team?
Ah, shit, forgot about that. My team
Also,
will be there.
technically, yeah, we could still win a 4v5
How?
because Janice just stated we don't have a jungler either, so 4v5.
Oh, yeah, shit. Let's go.
I'll
End the
see you
episode.
guys.